Jovina. Hope I never see some shit like that. Hold on. Sorry about the sourpuss face, fellas. I just watched a few moments of Ghetto Gaggers. I typed it into the YouTube or the address bar. Just typed in ghettogaggers.com. I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking throw up. Jovi and I told you, come and look at this shit. I've never seen some shit like that before, fellas. Ever. Greece gave me a link to the title of today's video, which I'll get to in just a minute. What did you think of that shit?
I almost slapped you when you made me come over there and look at that.
No, seriously, what did you think of the shit?
I was disgusted. You saw me. I was there 2 seconds and I left.
Actually, I made it watch longer than 2 seconds of it. I can't get my voice in I got a lump in my throat. These white guys, man, the things they're like,
It's literally inhuman.
It's just inhuman. I couldn't even participate in that. The making them vomit, and then rubbing their face in the vomit, and then getting a bucket. Fuck. Okay, just give me a minute. Get some to drink. This fruit punch. You know, let me try to get through this shit. I got a link from Brother Grease on a super simp. Now, let me get off my sour face. This motherfucker here. This super Negro simp right here. Bro man from the 5th floor. Anybody know this dude?
He's on the 5th floor. Of course you do.
Bro man. Oh, that's that from that. Isn't that from Martin? And that's not even his real photo. That must be the guy from Martin. Yeah, because he was a big dude. So dude don't even have his real face up there. He took this. Grease said Ghetto Gaggers, porn star or something? Simone Taylor, XXX. He took her on a date. Sorry, I'm still grossed out. That must be a website for white guys. I can't watch that shit. That was just fucking beyond this. I got a lump in my throat. I want to vomit. I can't mention the word vomit. It makes me want to throw the fuck up. I got a taste in my mouth. So she ratted him out. They went to dinner. Then he laced her up with all these gifts. Look at her eyeball. My date bought me gifts on my first date. Then he wrote us some simp ass poetry. She is a black man's dream. She's a fucking hoe. She gets paid to fuck. Do you guys understand about porn stars? They get paid to fuck. You guys put them up. You guys put them up on pedestals as if they're queens? When did this shit happen? I guess it happened when that first porn star, I can't remember her name, she crossed over into regular television and movies. And then another one did it. Some blonde chick did it. And we now have, of course, the first president's wife. Or the first, whatever you call her. The first, nah, she ain't the first lady, she's the first hoe. First real hoe to ever make it into the office. And I don't get no Euro shit. That's hoe nation right there. Her skin's so soft and smooth. I want to say the N-word, please. No, fuck it. Nigga, please. I gotta say, nigga, please. The touch like a once great ebony Egyptian. Don't defame the people from our ancestors. You low down, smitten bit motherfucker. Picturesque beauty both graced and inflamed the hearts of many of men. For one moment to hold her in his arms, he would die. Die, nigga, please die! Shit, now you gotta be cussing, saying the N-word.
Scared the cat.
Go and die, shit, die! Reborn. God damn! I can't believe this shit! Into her eyes, deep wonder, yet don't know the word. And he wrote me a poem with a laminated cover. Oh my God, this is corny as fuck. You goddamn right it's corny as fuck. She's laughing at his ass. You simps out there, you're laughable. Jovito's laughing at this shit. Go if streams of moist flow like a river, FR ferocious, amber brown, probably stream of light in the night. He would fly to her side. Motherfucker, please. Fuck it. Cuss ban is off right now. I don't like to use the N-word, but goddamn, Negro. This is an embarrassment. A shame to black males all over the planet. Don't even try to collect a player card. Do not ask blank, knowing his thoughts are not his own. What the hope? Can't go there. To be bought and sold as our ancestors were into something probably filthy, but to be revered for her strength, knowledge, beauty, and passion. Within her smooth and silky ebony frame, probably bent over, lies the strength and determination of 1,000 of light. Will take no toll on her. You guys see how corny this shit is? No one else left. And he bought her a diamond fucking necklace. She's laughing and clowning him. She outed his ass. He would have did better if he just approached her with a price. He would say thousands and thousands. Look at this. And thousands diamond necklace of dollars. Look at this. That's what you don't call him a sugar daddy. You call him a sugar fool. For a porn star. Her ass has been stretched out. She probably wears the pins because she's bleeding all the time. Or her ass so loose, she's dropping shit bombs. Good God Almighty. You did better. Here's a video of him buying her dessert too.
This looks crazy. Oh my God. Yes. Too big for me.
Got a simp ass voice too, goddammit. That is big. Wow. Well, you a goddamn fool, so wow at you. Ain't this a bitch? Ain't this a motherfucking bitch? I'm sorry to cuss, fellas. You know I don't like using the N-word. I hate using the N-word, but this brother bought it out of me. He would have did better if he had just negotiated a night with her, at her rates. Just pay for a scene. Find out what she gets per scene. Was it $300 a scene? $500 a scene? $1,000 a scene? He would have did a lot better. But he's trying to wife up a hoe, hoping he'd become his girlfriend, her girlfriend. Do you want someone stretching your girlfriend out? And the brothers in porn. Come on. Those brothers in porn, at least from my day, they were Mr. Tens. That's the small dudes. So, You want your girl absorbing another man's energy? Getting stretched out? That means there's something wrong in his psyche. Well, something wrong with the brother to begin with. To be worshiping, you know, she's an attractive sister, but god damn it, if she's done ghetto gaggers, just wouldn't watch ghetto gaggers, I could never touch that. They probably eat shit on there. And ranting on this is helping me get rid of the lump in my throat. What's up, Kenya? What's up, Remo? Yo, Supreme, where the simp at? Yeah, he's here. I just showed you. Ghetto gagger videos are sick. I just learned that. I mean, what the fuck? You guys watch that shit? When they vomit? Oh, fuck. I can't get over that shit. These white guys, the things... Oh, fuck. Now, see, I'm getting sick again. I couldn't even participate in something like that. Oh, man. Okay, I just did a video on Caucasian trolls, and now I gotta see this shit. What, you guys trying to make me violently opposed to white guys or something? Curtis, hey Supreme, I'm driving right now, but check your YouTube mailbox when you get a chance. Think you're gonna like it. I'm on the come up. Apologies if I interrupt you. You didn't interrupt me. Sylvester, yeah, simping. You don't even buy a woman a necklace unless she's marriage material. Yeah. You know, since I've been in this community, there are some sick brothers out there. There are some brothers that I don't know where it comes from, but they're mentally ill. I mean, think about that one dude who I leave nameless, who's 5'3". Okay? Sylvester says, she is used to being treated like trash. Tariq said porn women are extremely psychologically damaged due to all that screwing with no game involved. I can believe that. What really gets me is when they think when you guys make them stars. You call them porn stars. When did a porn bitch become a fucking porn star? Let me just question that. When do you make that kind of woman a star? Since the internet, of course. There's so many weird, creepy people on the fucking internet. Like, yuck. So what's going on today, fellas? I'm back. I'm trying not to think about ghetto gaggers. I don't know how many of you guys watch. You probably wouldn't admit if you did. Oh shit, it's coming again. You know, if I had a blowtorch, I'd burn the images out of my head. I wonder what their market is. I need to go look at their demographics. See how many black people actually watch that shit too. God, I'd be so disappointed if our race was watching that. I know down society people like that kind of stuff, but I can't even stomach it. Ah, Jesus. Okay, sorry. What's going on, fellas? It's Saturday afternoon. Actually, late Saturday afternoon, 5:20 right now. I've noticed that the world's changing. We're getting back to longer periods of daylight, my time of the year. It's actually really nice out in Sacramento, California. We got a blue sky outside. The trees are bloomed. All the green is out. The cherry blossoms have blossomed along the street out there. Spring is definitely in the air. One of my favorite times of the year besides the beginning of summer. When it gets too hot in summer, then it gets a little bit uncomfortable for me now that I'm older. But when I was younger, I didn't give a fuck. Kenya Hill says, I go on a later on tonight, playa. That's right. You guys are what, 3 hours ahead of us? So you're at 8:30. But still, you know, it's still probably bright out there. Just now beginning to get dark. That's actually the best time of the year. Chicks start taking all them layers of clothes off. Start wearing the good shit. I went out of my house today. Before I went gas, I went and got a fruit punch drink from McDonald's. Small. I guess it's... They said it was a medium. It looks like a fucking small to me. And I took my little tablet. I was watching Ghost in the Shell, the cartoon version of it. Because I saw the cartoon movie a long time ago. I guess the movie came out. So I want to catch up on it. Kenya says he's going to hit a couple clubs with some friends. I prefer to go out by myself. Because friends, all they are is a liability to me. You know, if they don't catch, and you guys want to go out to breakfast, you bring your date, they ain't got nothing. That's when you got to break off from your boys. If they can't keep up, leave them behind. If you keep serving them like that and tagging on with them or telling your girl, y'all call you tomorrow just because you don't be away from your boyfriends, then you don't challenge them to do better. I learned that lesson the hard way. I kept running into, well, my first friend was a black dude. Couldn't get no women. He had to have women come get him. That's how bad it was. Literally. And he would say, well, I got a girlfriend in the UK. He kept that girlfriend until she ended up pregnant while he was over here. And he would actually take his credit card and send her, what's that one, Secrets? Jovina, what's that lingerie shop, something Secrets? Victoria's Secrets.
Victoria's Secret.
Shit, with his credit card. And she was used on some other black man over there. Oh, and I've seen the girls in UK on the Jeremy Kyle show. They're fucking dogs. Just butt fucking ugly and fat. Now I'm getting ready to vomit again. Think about the girls in UK. I think the best girls are not only just here in the States, but definitely not the UK. Celts, no thank you. Peasant stock out of the Eastern Europe came out pretty nice. But I'll go to the warmer countries. South America, Brazil, Caribbean. I can't believe how many brothers actually simp. Having trouble with one of the fellows on my forum. He had two main females. One because she was prettier than the other and she bought him a few things, but he couldn't come with her. He refused to drop her. She got into his phone, found out about his Puerto Rican girl, who I think is actually much better looking, and ratted him out to her. He fell apart. He sent the Puerto Rican girl back. And I did some coaching with him. He did the same thing again. Yeah. Now he's back in the same boat, trying to simp. There's simps hiding in the closets everywhere we go. Hiding on this forum. And then this video, probably. There ain't enough for you to have a simp here, but when you get a bunch of people in a room, there's going to be at least one simp up in there. Sneaking around. Trying to be like a real man. Talking tough and talking big. When he's really just a simp. Here's something that you guys will learn. Your actions will show you who you really are. You can try to hide all you want to, but your actions will point you out as to what you really are. There'd be a lot of girls at NBA basketball games too. Yeah, those are groupies. I don't dig a chick that likes sports. Just No, just weird to me. If she's all up in sports, I don't really watch sports. Just to let you guys know that. I gave that shit a long time ago. I realized the scam for what it was. I'm not gonna get into it. I don't want to destroy you guys' sports dreams and all that kind of stuff. But so I quit watching that shit. And I don't want to come home and like if Jovina was all in the sports, see her watching the game. I don't think so. That's a masculine activity. But girls go to those games hoping to hook up with a sports star. Some will go there just to watch the game. I know that, but a lot of them are I shouldn't say a lot. There are some that go there to try to hook up with the guys in the sports. Let's like go to concerts. The belly dancer chick, she got behind the scenes with Prince. I can tell you what happened. He was here in Sacramento. He actually went to Harlow's, one of the nightclubs I went to, where they play live music, and he had seized up the entire VIP section. I heard about it later. She claims to have done something. I said, even though he's tiny, he's bigger than you think down there. I've been to the basketball games in Sacramento a bunch of times, actually, and they at our arena they have a lounge where a friend of mine, the same friend that asked, I just wish she would just say hello to me or smile at me, meaning about Jovina, because she'd walk around the sea of guys way up there around just so she'd get to the bathroom without guys touching her ass. So you see, I always walk by, and he just wanted to say hi. And you know what, Jovina? I never got to say hi to Rick. Oh, except we were at the movie one time, and we ran into him. No. Yeah. I guess you didn't know that. All he really wanted was you to say hi to him. I was supposed to do that.
Wow, it was big.
Huh?
I don't understand. What was it?
He had a thing, hit a Jones for you.
Why didn't he?
And I wasn't a good friend by, snapping you up either.
Ooh, you suck.
I suck. He had a girlfriend.
So what was the big deal about me saying hi to him then?
Well, he might have traded you in.
Oh,
Or trade his girlfriend in. I knew you would have blown it anyway. He had acne scars all over his cheeks from high school. When I was at McDonald's, saw some young Latino kid with a pizza face, and he was fat or round, kind of beefy, and I was thinking I could never help a kid like that. Number one, he wasn't really fat. He was just fluffy and beefy with a fucking pizza face. The sores were like they just hurt. And I can't help someone like that. You gotta get your skin cleared up. Because remember, women do the choosing. Who wants to choose pizza face? You gotta have a lot of swag to overcome that kind of shit. Sorry to be so brutally honest too, man. If one of you guys got a pizza face, that's what you need to work on. But my channel is about working. Doing the work in order to get the attention of females, like a little bitch, some people say. I had someone come to the channel and make a comment like that, which I banned them, delete the comment. So this morning I talked about internet trolls. Someone named Belshare K sent me a link to a video. Of course, you guys have tried just cutting out the YouTube part, send the watch part. It still goes to the spam folder. And all the video was of about 50,000 years ago, Africans from Australia crossed the ocean and landed in South America. They found their bones, they found their artwork, their paintings on the wall, and the paintings showed a war that went on. And they described the war that went on when the Native Americans moved down there. In my video this morning, I talked about the idiots they're saying Africa's not from Africa, and I mentioned, you know, they're trying to sow confusion within the black community, and this dude pops up, thinking I don't know about the Olmecs. The Olmecs are some gigantic heads, stone heads they found down in lower part of Mexico. Actually, it's Central America, really. That little skinny tip, that little skinny area, La Venta, in a place like that. They found these gigantic black face with prognostication. You notice a lot of black folks, guys, have that big jawbone that just kind of forward. Like I think Prince had it, even though he was half. Let's see. I'm gonna try to see if I can be able to show you fellas what I'm talking about. Yeah, prognostication. Here's a photo right here, but let me just look up prognostication. Well, don't need to see dental shit. Fuck it. Well, black folks were known to have prognostication of the jawbone. That's why you see some folks that look like, you know, they got that longer jawbone that comes out. And that was on the stone heads, which they don't show you in the videos. There are some new videos out that will show that. Also in the back, there are African braids. They don't show that. It took some black folks going down there photographing the back of the heads. When they saw them braids, the black scientists just went ape shit over it. African braids, and then also African war helmets on them. So obviously some Africans land here. Are they going to publicize this? No. No. Because it defeats that whole white folks discovered America first through Christopher Columbus, who was actually a Jewish man. There's some talk with the Portuguese community trying to claim him, but I believe he was Italian. His real name was Columb, C-O-L-U-M-B, not Columbo, but Columb. History is a motherfucker. People change history all the time. They make it so that it fits their narrative. So they get to control history. Okay. I did a show on my site that I'll share a few minutes with you fellas, because the subject is simping, correct? And in this podcast show, I talked about basically what is she bringing to the table first. The title is A Female Must Invest in You.
Welcome to the show with facts and
Okay, if a girl spits, that means spits your spew out. That means she likes you. If she swallows it, I'm sorry. it's the three criteria where like, love, and true love. So she likes you. If she swallows, that means she kind of loves you. If she gargles it, that's real love. Okay.
If she gargles your spew, that's some real love right there, brothers. How's that? Now, a bitch don't know you from Jack Madam. She's got other dudes hitting her up. Not in necessarily a forced situation. It's a fat bitch. Who knows what she has, though? Even fat bitches get attention from black dudes. Scumming and slumming. But if you're a desperate dweeb, that might be your market right there. Sorry to be contradictory. Everybody's different. As I told Forrest, this is one's beneath you, because I've seen what Forrest got before. And that for Forrest, that would have been trudge downwards for self-esteem. So a bitch don't know you. She got other motherfuckers hitting her up. If you think that girl that you met at the club or stopped on the streets or in the library at school or at the bookstore or wherever you met her, that some other dude ain't tapping that ass, you a dumb ass son of a bitch. You should always assume, I don't care what she says, always assume, so that way when you find out some truth, you're not wrong, that she's got other motherfuckers tapping, at least one of the dude. You get in the pussy and fall in, and some of the dudes all up in there. Hey, Holmes, what are you doing here? How do I get out? Okay? Women don't give a fuck about you until you make them fall in love with them, until they bond to you. Does that make sense? They don't give a fuck about you until you get them to bond to just you. When your words become her prayer book, that's when she gives a fuck about you. Until then, it's just dating.
What I said was when your words become her prayer book. That's a phrase that was used when I was in high school. When the girls dedicated somebody, that the players on the campus who would try to get at a girl, they would say she's dedicated to, like, say, Marvin. His words are a prayer book. That means they couldn't break that lock. They couldn't get at her. And brothers would try to get other brothers' girls.
You see how easily they replace you? They'll tell you, hey, I'm not feeling this anymore. Hey, I don't see any potential here. Hey, I don't think we should be together. These are words that women said to men. And dumb men get their little hearts broken, they go insane, they go shoot their next boyfriend, shoot the girl, then kill themselves. Well, and it's not just 1900s. When men started paying a nickel to have a dance with a bitch, this is a white community, they would have dance houses. Dance houses. And white guys would pay a nickel to, actually I think it was a nickel to get in. And girls sit on the side and they would sit on this side, they would go watch skinny girl dance, but the girls worked at the house, for the house. I noticed that I like reading and learning about old time history stuff.
So the point is, you want to get a female to invest in you instead of you investing all that money into her. Let's see. I had to block that disoriented guy. Yeah, disoriented hobo. Kenya, I was checking out this documentary on Pablo Escobar yesterday, really deep. What was it about, Kenya? Pablo Escobar. Oh, I don't give a fuck about drug lords. Not my interest. I think there's somebody worth something. I'm not really into drugs. I'm not really into drug movies, cartels, any of that stuff. I would learn how to get better in life and shit like that. Okay, so my final point today is stop investing and simping to women. The moment you start that, you already set the tone. That's why I'm about coffee dates. Take your girls on coffee dates. Don't invest in dinner. That's for your girlfriend or potential girlfriend. Go on coffee dates, especially if you're doing internet dating. You'll notice that a lot of girls, that's what they want anyway. They don't want to go on these dinner dates and have to cover their mouth when they're chewing and talking. I mean, how do you chew and talk at the same time? Dinner dates like the dumbest thing anybody could do. His black guy. Have you seen that video of Hispanic guy called a boy by the mayor in Texas Supreme? Nope. Dupree. Yes, Supreme, you're right about some white folks. They think they are the better race when they do nothing but copy from different cultures. Okay, Dupree. Anyways, to close out, sorry you're a little bit late there, Dupree. Try to reverse the game. Because the game has been reversed on us. Where we have to take these girls out, spend a lot of money, take them out on, 6 dates before you get a kiss or something like that? I don't think so. And also, I met most of my women in the nightclubs and went home and fucked them or fucked them the next day within a few days. Okay? So if you listen to what I say and go to the fucking nightclub, you can bypass all that. Even with internet dating. We met for coffee, we ended up in my place. So I didn't do dating. And I had a good start in it because girls wanted to take me out because I was their instructor or fitness trainer. So that's how I got started, and that's where I stayed. And I suggest you guys do the same thing. Stop taking these girls on these expensive dates. Stop buying them ice cream. Stop buying them all this shit. Kevin says, you went to mostly white clubs, right? In the beginning of my game, I sure did. In the middle of it, I went to the white section of this place called America Live. It was upstairs where they had the dance music. All the brothers went downstairs where they had the hip hop. I went to the white section. So basically, yeah, mostly white clubs. At the end of my game, I started going to mixed clubs, like where I met Jovina, where they're in white businesses like Jovina.
Yeah.
What's the name of that hotel where the RJ Grins was? Red Lion or something like that?
No, it wasn't Red Line was across the street. Oh crap, what was it? We went there all the time.
Yeah. So it's a big hotel. Can't think of the chain right now. Black clubs were usually off Stockton Boulevard in the black area. They didn't have any black clubs in the better areas, and I only went to the better areas. Dupree, I'm not buying a bitch nothing. I'd rather get a cute girl with no swag and build her up to a dime. Okay. You got to build yourself up first. Okay? Otherwise, you might build up to a dime and think, I can do better than this, and you're gone. You invest all that energy into, I don't know what you're talking about, build her up, get her to lose weight, help her lose weight, get her to dress better, probably even buy her some clothes, buy her some makeup and shit. I'm not simping there, man. What can you do for me? So anyways, we got to learn to reverse the game. Stop pulling your wallet out when you go on these dates. Don't set dates. Set coffee meetups. Get there early, buy your cup, and be seated when she gets there, reading a book. So when she comes sit down, say, oh, go get yourself a cup of coffee. Tell her to go get yourself a cup of coffee. That way she gets whatever she wants. Women, they want their equal rights. They want to stop opening the doors for them and all that shit. The film Nazis push that shit out there, so give it back to them. But seriously, stop doing all what this simp did. Buying them gifts, writing them poetry. I run into a lot of these nice guys. Oh, God, I missed the word nice guy. Fuck. Now Michael Nolan's going to go off on... Watch, there'll be like 5 different responses. Fuck. I try not to mention that word because Michael Nolan just goes ape shit crazy over it. Starts talking about nice guys. Kevin asked, why are guys in the hood so aggressive? Because they're in the hood. It's an aggressive neighborhood. It's a urban neighborhood. It's a depressed neighborhood. Dupree, when girls are too spoiled nowadays, Supreme, it's not that easy. It wasn't that easy when I was 10 years ago either for me. Let's see, 10, was it 10? 2005, so a little bit longer than 10 years. 12 years ago, 13 years ago. Supreme, did you listen to Earl Nightingale? Yeah, I did. Why? How did you know? Or why are you guessing at that? Fat man with a deep voice. Or a big guy with a deep voice. Try not to use the word fat anymore. Kevin, when WHEN, when to the clubs was getting mean mugging from blacks and Spanish guys. That's probably because of you, Kevin. You go in there bug-eyed, nervous, twitching, awkward. People can sense that shit. You probably, glance at them. Don't glance at dudes in the club. That's how you know they're mean mugging you. You're glancing at them. That shows that you're scared to guys who are predators also. You don't glance at other dudes in the club. You got to lay your head back, be too cool. Jack Gentry, working out doesn't just improve your numbers with women, it gains respect amongst fellow men. Respect is what it's all about. I can agree with that. Respect is huge. Dupree, girls with game are not settling for less. That's because you have no game. How do you think players do it? How do you think Max do it to these hot ass bitches? How do you think... I'm going to share with you guys one more thing. And I want you guys to shut the fuck up while I'm playing this. Prolific does some good posts. Let's see if I can find his other post. It's a video, audio. planting the seed. Phone conversation. Do you think Brother Prolific here wastes his time?
And then the next is like, I with that abandonment and stuff like that.
Now listen.
So like, rejected. I don't know. It was just like, why do you feel rejected because that's what you experienced in your past, or because that's what the perception that I gave you? Because from what you've told me in our discussion, you have an issue with that, right? You have an issue with that abandonment and stuff like that, right? I know this because you told me this.
Right.
And I told you, I'm not that dude that's going to abandon you. I'm not that dude that's going to disappear on you. But at the same time, I'm also not that dude that's going to chase you or you know, just reduce myself to being the type of, you know, simple individual that's going to let people do that to them. Like, I'm going to make myself available to you.
Right.
Like, I know my value.
Right.
And I'm not talking from like a monetary standpoint or just like materialistic stuff. I'm talking about just my value as a man.
Boom.
And what I can.
Do you think he pays for dates? You got to be on the site to hear the rest of that. Do you think he pays for dates? Or does he not use his mind and his words to pimp out hot-ass black chicks? Now, he does have a leg up. He's half Mexican, half black. That gives him a leg up. But also, he's built his body to the level of what I showed you guys the other day with that white girls, you know, choosing black dudes. He's built his body to that supreme level. So you can believe what you want to believe. Whoever said that, Dupree. Girls not selling for less. You can believe that if you want to. If that's how you want to define yourself. Or you can actually raise up to Prolific's level. To Greece's level. And by the way, here's a story from Greece. He went to Jamaica. And some 6 foot something or other Italian chick saw him. She picked him up from his mom's house, his parents' house, because they live in Jamaica. She took him to dinner, back to her fucking 5-star hotel, had sex all night, dropped him off in the morning, picked him up the next day again. Do you think he invested money? I mean, how many 6'2", something like that, Italian females have you ever seen in your life? Do you think she was not like top of the notch? Come from Italy? Shamar says mind control. Control the mind, you control the pussy. By the way, Dupree, don't do that. Because what the brother Prolific is dating, I said, are sisters. Okay? You heard that was a sister. And what did he say? He valued himself as a man. He doesn't break bread. They break bread for him. I don't do the white women don't count bullshit also. You go pull just one white female next week and have her buy you lunch. Photograph it, document it. Have her buy your lunch for you. Okay? Go do that, Dupree, and I'll let your statements stand. Otherwise, this is just that black ignorance shit. That hatred of white folks shit. Because you were born black. See, I don't do that one either. I don't let white folks get to me where I got to make weak-ass, punk-ass statements like that. All females count. Mexican, Asian. Asians don't even date brothers on the average. And one of my guys is dating a Chinese girl from China. And how to get her? I coached him. Kevin, I did go to a high scale club. Yep. Kevin, I don't want to be around these thugs and hood rats. Neither. Don't get me wrong, I've been to a couple of black clubs here in my town. No, thank you. When they got to pat you down at the fucking door, I don't think so. Now, I went to what's called Old Sac. Every town has their old part of the city, and they build the old part of the city up. They had a club downstairs in a basement, none but brothers and Mexicans. I occasionally see like a wigger in there, or a white guy. I just assume they're wiggers, because white folks didn't step in that club. And I took my boy Craig there. That's where I met the one chick that's named Anna. And she was one of those illegal Mexicans that changed their social security number like every few years. She got a new one. White women don't really have game. Well, if that's what you believe, then you prove. I'll go out next week, Dupree. Get yourself a white woman. Okay? Don't just talk shit on the internet video. That's just bullshit. Go out and get yourself a white woman. Okay? And have her lace you up and videotape the whole thing. Come back and show us. Yes, they are submissive, but over the time period, they're very choosy. There's only a small percentage that are going to date some black dudes, by the way. I kept saying that for years. Sure, that percentage has gotten larger. It's not the majority. Those white guys hollering, purity white race! We're losing our purity! They're not looking at the actual numbers. So, prove to me that white women really don't have game. Because in the last 10 years, they've become educated. They got PUAs hitting them up all the time, chasing them down the streets. They got brothers they got to deal with. And their first inclination is not to go there. His white guy it's a black guy says, white women have tons of game. Look at the sports stars. Exactly. Once they get a divorce, they take all the money. Jason Singh, white women got game. They just don't show it. I was going to say they're kind of sneaky about it. They act like they don't while they're sitting back watching you. Jason Singh says, white women chase after men with power. But how many white women are around men with power? If you're talking about like Donald Trump types. Trump the dump. So what else are they going to chase after in their neighborhoods? Let's go out to the Trump areas, the rural areas. The white guys with the trucks and the rebel flags and the shotguns. In my days, they were allowed to carry the shotguns on a rack in the truck. Those motherfuckers. Hating on Negroes, want to hang blacks from trees. Who has power out there? Let's go to my town, Sacramento. Go to a nightclub. Who has power in the nightclub? Well, when the Kings came out, the smart white women were up there, hunting the Kings. Rico Luna. Luna means moon. Tons of game. Yep. Here's a black guy. I got a fool with his rebel flag on the back of the truck in my neighborhood. Fucking loser. Remo asks, where do you live, Kevin? I forgot who's saying white chick ain't got game. Was that Kevin? Dupree. Jason also says, well, rappers, athlete, businessman, yuppie types. Sisters are right there also. There's a small percentage of women that will chase after rappers, athletes, businessmen. They're usually... I dated one girl like that. She had her own swimsuit. I didn't date her. I fucked her. Swimsuit thing. And she's now with some guy in a famous band. But she had done beauty contests as a kid and won all over Sacramento. How I got her, she was a client of mine. Women tend to fall in love with their personal training clients. For that, when I said that, a bunch of dudes jumped in the field of, I want to be a trainer supreme. You got to have a desire to help people. And these guys had no desire to help nobody but themselves. They were doing it for pussy. So don't go out there and become a personal trainer. Remo says, where'd you go, Kevin? Sylvester, white women also want orgasms. They're very, very insistent on that nowadays. They're not going to accept the old white guy, the old white guy thing of in and out, or was it how they could say it? Pump and dump? Yeah, pump and dump. They don't get gas back for seconds. There are some that will accept it though, but that's not the majority. We actually need a white woman to come in and coach us on that. Maybe I'll contact that Karen Potter or Karen Lee Potter. Guys ask her all kind of questions. You know, do white women have game? Look, she's teaching the game. She's teaching actually dating game, not player game though. They're trying to put the flag back up on the State House in South Carolina. This is an extreme Republican state. Oh, well, that's too bad. There are some idiots that like to say, that doesn't represent slavery. Can you believe that? It sure in the fuck does. It represents when they try to break away from the United States and have their own power base. And they want to keep slavery. That was the reason for it. That was behind everything. Why we went to war over the shit. Because they want to give up their slaves. Think about it. These white guys had free pussy. Would you give up free pussy that you had total control over life and death? None of you guys would. Hey, what's up, Grease? None of you guys would. You don't give up free pussy. You would have become a stone cold slaver. Think about it. You got a ton of women out there. You can do whatever you want to. Just call her into the barn. And you do whatever you wanted to. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, as they say. Kevin Gatto. I was talking about Southside Jamaica, Queens. Got family over there. Then he goes, they got some hood parts here too. Remo, Shadow Player Grease is here. It just said that the music from one of those video games going through my head when you said Shadow Player. They've been turning it into a movie. The karate guys had superpowers, super punches. Enrico, how do you fight against being a simp? By fighting against being a simp. You do it by fighting against it. You forbid yourself to pull out your wallet when you step over to take a woman out. Recognize it as programming. You're Latin, and there's strong programming to simp in the Latin race. You want to, take your little baby girls out and protect them and all that. That's just programming coming from your community. There are Latin players out there that are really good at using women. You want to model yourself after them instead of the super simp. Like my dad, he was a player, but he was a simp player. Buying chick shit. David Estelio. What's a good response to a woman on POF or real life that says they want something long term and not looking for just hooking up? You sell them the dream. I know you said in your book to be like salesmen. Exactly. If you already know that, why are you asking me? You sell them the dream. I'm looking for long term myself. I'm tired of the nightclubs. I mean, I've been to nightclubs. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the cheapness. I'm tired of superficial relationships. I want someone that I can grow with, that I can build with. Are you that person? See where I'm going with that? I'm tired of one-night stands. Donna Stilos. So how can I sell myself, I just showed you, in a way that I am looking for something long-term without selling my balls? I just showed you. You sell your balls through your actions, by the way, not your words. Words are nothing but bullshit to me. I'm not an audio person. Milad Bakori. Has anyone heard of Bachelor Pad Economics? I'm almost done reading it and think it's a good... we got a marketer here. It really puts things into perspective. Okay, so you're selling a book, Bukhari. You're one of those internet marketers. You go around, you leave the comments. You're going to say, you can Google it next, right? Greece, the pun could really teach simping, 100%. Greece, well, David, just tell her. Spit that contract, and if she is with it, then he is with it. She, I mean. Remo, the pun is SS4 simp. Greece, or sell the dream, but selling the dream is a player path. There's Tilo right at Greece. Richard. Did you hear your dad's voice? Kevin Gatto, politicians sell dreams, right? Yes. Disraeli said men govern with words. That means they rule with words. Just by your words, you can learn to rule out there. That's all a politician does, is sell dreams. Milad says, no, I'm not a marketer. I'm just a guy stuck in graduate school trying to figure out life. That's how I come across your channel. Okay. You know how many guys have come to my channel with that comment? You should check out this, and that. You just Google it. Because they know if they leave a .com, that it'll go to spam. Greece asked you a question. You said you're stuck in grad school. How come you're not aren't out yet? So I'm suspicious of anybody that comes in with that kind of statement there, Milad. I've had tons of them. They all end up in my spam folder. This is the first time someone's come in, the first thing out of their mouth is that type of statement. Nobody else has done that before, Milad. Not to throw any suspicion on you. If you're an okay dude, you're not trying to market something, cool. I don't have no idea what you're talking about. Bachelor economics. You got to run your life like a business. You shouldn't have to read a book to do that. Everybody has income. We have expenses. Now, I did take bookkeeping for 2 years in high school. And my dad and my older brother are accountants. They got their degrees in accounting. So I guess I come from an accountant family. Numbers crunchers. Well, just second nature. The stuff I teach here, fellas, comes from my real life experiences. Long time ago, I read there was a program. It had videotapes and workbooks, all that kind of stuff on how to manage your finances. And I told you fellas, what you want to do is get yourself a box of envelopes, label them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay? And you want to put your expenses for the day, take out your cash, put them in those envelopes. Don't spend any more than that. Also, write out your checks at the beginning of the month, in months in advance. So that way all you got to do is put a stamp on it and put it in the mail. That way you don't have to worry about, okay, should I send my rent check in? Or rent checks should be written, 12 rent checks should be already written out in envelopes. You know what your rent's going to be, unless it goes up. All your bills should be written out. Prosper S. How's it going, Boss Man Supreme? How's it going, Greece? Who is Prosper S? Who are you? I don't see a photo on your profile there. But how's it going, Prosper? Thanks for the video link, or the links there, Greece. I did a show on it. Appreciate that. I've been trying to duplicate your dad's voice. But that's odd. Am I close? I can't really do the Jamaican accent very well. Like I'm trying to also learn the English accent. No problem, boss. Some sick shit. Yeah. I went and tried to watch. I couldn't make it through 2 minutes of that Ghetto Gaggers, man. I was sick to my stomach. Everything's going well, Boss Man Supreme. This is destined. This is my destined. This is my backup account. I remember that name, but I don't remember you. Sorry. LOL, not close at all. Damn. Are you going to see Ghost in the Shell? No. What are you going to see? Jay, yeah, I tried to have a problem. I tend to have a problem with getting stuff paid on time. Yeah, Jay. Jay said, what the fuck, Ghetto Gaggers? Why are you watching? Greece sent me an email to a guy that was simping. Beginning of the video, I said everything about it. You obviously didn't watch it, you just jumped right in. And he said this dude was simping out to a bitch that did Ghetto Gaggers. And I'd never actually seen Ghetto Gaggers. I heard Tariq talk about it and other people talk about it. And I never went there, so I went there. I typed in ghettogaggers.com and went there and I clicked the enter. And then I told Jovina to come over here. And I clicked on something and went to the current movie. And she got sick within a few seconds and tried to go away. I said, no, come here, watch this. Then we both couldn't make it anymore. Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. That was a TV show a long time ago. Is that a cartoon? Isn't that a cartoon? J. Henry, wait. She was on Ghetto Gaggers? Laughed my ass off. He was simping. See, I'm getting that sick feeling again. I don't know how our women can do some shit like that. Grease said, "Well, yeah." Kevin says, "It is anime." Ghost in the Shell was also an anime. Actually, I think anime is Japanese, and in America we have cartoons called cartoons. There's a difference between cartoons and anime. And I'm watching. I didn't realize they made Ghost in the Shell. It was a movie, cartoon movie. I'm watching the cartoon series right now. That's why I went to McDonald's and got my little drink here. The Ghost movie looks whack. You gotta have a certain kind of brain to like that kind of stuff. It's like I watched that series Legend or Legion. I've been watching Legion, and Jovina just can't keep up with it. I don't think very many people keep up with that shit. Any of you guys ever watched Legion? That's like, it's almost like it's out of the UK. Some wacky shit out of the UK. GITS Second Gig is what you should watch. Yeah, I have Second Gig also. I have the first one and the second. And I've got GITS. It's in a folder called GITS. But I believe this one's Japanese. Takes place in Japan. Everybody's name is Japanese. And of course the girls run around half naked. And it's a girl that's, I guess, the major. Just like in the movie. And the blonde guy is like second in command. But there's no feminine dudes in it. Remo. No, I have that kind of brain because I watch the anime. The movie just looks whack. My son went and saw it last night. And he was going to tell me how it was. Let's find out if he's available.
Hello?
So, I'm on a video right now, Tracy. And I was talking about that movie you saw last night. How was it? Let everybody know.
I liked it. It's definitely super sci-fi.
Super sci-fi. What do you mean by super sci-fi?
I mean, like, because they showed her, like, very robot-y, I would say. Like,
yeah.
She got blew up, and then she was all, like, messed up, and then it was putting her back together.
Yeah.
So, the graphics were great.
Good. Okay, good graphics. Okay. All right, that's good enough. So I guess I'm going to download that when it comes out. I just downloaded the Power Rangers, but the dark scenes are too fucked up, so I'm going to wait for a better generation of that. Did you take Preston the Power Rangers?
Yeah, we saw it.
That figures. How was it? Was it amateurish and silly?
Yeah, it was cool.
Okay. All right. I'll check that out too when they get a good copy of it. All right, see you later, son.
Okay.
Bye. So, the good graphics. Scarlett Johansson's the female star. She's cool. I like her. Jay, it should stay an anime. It's part of its appeal. None anime fans wouldn't even understand. No one. No, I don't know what he meant to say there. Kevin, trying to make... They try to make a Death Note movie. You are definitely black. They are trying to make a Death Note movie. I never watched that cartoon. Kevin says, such a shame. Grease, I'm out, brother. Okay, Grease. Peace. David, I saw King Kong last night. I saw that one. I watched it at home, though. Prosper S. Peace out, Grease. Keep macking on these hoes. Destined. You know, Prosper, I could tell there's a difference in my age because I don't remember certain things like I used to. I remember every other fucking thing on the planet. David Steele, that shit is powerful. David Steele, wait. Brie Larson put that white girl magic on King Kong. That shit is powerful. I didn't really care for her. I almost had no presence in the movie. We kept waiting for Kong to fall in love with her, like they did in the original King Kong, because they had a really bright platinum blonde in the original black and white movie, and he supposedly fell in love with her. But you see the white supremacy in that. Fall in love with the blonde chick. That's what was around back in those days. And still today. I started watching the Power Rangers. And I guess the nerd guy is a black guy this time. I've never seen one episode of the original Power Rangers. I guess that's a 90s kids show. But I told you guys they always make the black guys either nerds or fat geeks. Basically make them sexually unattractive. And sure enough, Power Rangers did the same thing. I guess in the original, they had a black guy in there. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But was he a nerd or a geek in the original? You guys are about the right age. I'm sure you've seen it. So my question is, was the original black guy in the Power Rangers a nerd or a geek? Jovina was telling me, we were watching it, she was telling me how they switched different characters. Her son Danny is a Power Ranger fan. He goes to all their shows. David Steele says yes, then no. Original Zach was a cool brother. Well, this time, since the movie, they made him, and he was a dancer. They made him a nerd. And they had a white guy come up and punk him out. I'm out right now grabbing a bite to eat. Remo says it sucks in New York City when you're winging it. No ideas where to go, and it's still early out there. You should have had a plan. Now, in Sacramento, we have something called the Sacramento News and Review. It's one of those local magazine newspaper things that are free. You open up and you get what's going on in the neighborhood for the entire week. You should find those. Find a place to chill out. Like I'll check in there and see what's going on downtown before I even go anyplace. Show up at these unusual events. And remember, art showings are great places to meet intelligent women. I like intelligent women. I'm sorry, I don't like ghetto bitches. I don't like white trash. I don't like just any kind of trash, period. I don't like stupid. Jay, the animes they're making into movies are money grabs at an art form that was great and pushing visual boundaries and statements on society through at one point. David, well, since we live in a hypersensitive racial climate, they avoided using the new Zack as the Black Ranger. Don't know what you mean by that, David. They avoid using the new Zack as the Black Ranger. We live in a hypersensitive racial climate. It's always been a very racial climate here in America for my 57 years of age there, David. Just that we now have social media, and we learn about what's going on across the world. In the black community, the black conscious community, they're blaming, I guess it's really my parents' generation. I'm at the very tail end of that. But, we didn't do anything back then because we didn't know anything back then. Now we have social media. Every time a white person, hangs a black man or shoots a black man or a police officer does this, we hear about it. So the new generation is, has something to comment on and respond to and start, we started Black Lives Matter to stop killing unarmed black men at a rate of 7 times that of white men. So I wouldn't really call it a hypersensitive racial climate. If white folks stop, the bad white folks stop the stuff they do, shit would die out. Let's put it like that. And not wishing to go into a racial discussion, but that's really the bottom line right there. They started racism. They created the idea of race and racial hierarchy. They got to tear it down. We can protest all we want to, whine and cry and stomp our feet and beg. It ain't come down till they're ready for it to come down. They're the ones who have to dismantle their shit. Proper S boss, man. What are your thoughts on the movie Get Out? I've already talked about that. There have been a lot of reviews on the controversial movie. Yeah, there has been. I've seen a lot of the reviews. You might want to check out Symp. Yes, she has a good review on it. I believe Professor Black Truth also did a review on it. Remo. They had a couple of great black characters. Zach was the man of the day. Don't know the characters, man. They gave Zach the blue suit. Don't know. Oh, is that what he meant? His original suit was black because he was black? So they gave him the blue? They gave Zach the blue Ranger suit. He was the Black Ranger. The Blue Ranger was the nerd. Well, you know, I grew up on a show called The Wild Wild West. I saw that coming when they put Will Smith and that as the main lead in that series. And I used to watch the reruns of that way into my 30s and early 40s. Actually, even my early 50s. Because I love that show, The Wild Wild West. And I liked, you know, Will Smith's reenactment of it. But they've been flipping those around. They want to make Idris Elba the next James Bond, and the white community is in uproar over it. Because Bond is always, I guess, a white man. But looks like they're going to do it anyway. And I'd like to see him as a Bond. See if he can do the character. I like the last Bond, though. The short guy with the broken nose. That guy was cool. Jay. And they avoided giving the Asian guy the yellow suit. Haha. Now I see what he's saying. Yeah. Interesting. So it was very racial back then. They gave the yellow guy the yellow suit, the black guy the black suit. And now they're trying not to do that this time. Well, I think that's smart. I think it's a good thing they did this. Not because we're hypersensitive, because we are black people. We're very sensitive right now. We're watching white folks what they're doing. There's the Black Conscious movement that's uncovering all the things they're doing. So we're watching, and we won't tolerate that shit. Jay, and they avoided giving the Asian, David Nikoa. What's up? And Jay says, yes, it was color-coded. I've never seen the series. Never seen one moment of the show. I just had heard about it. Remo, in the first show, the black guy was the Black Ranger and the Asian guy was the Yellow Ranger. People looked back and thought out was racist. Well, you got to look at the racism that was in Hollywood. That's still in Hollywood. They did that deliberately, by the way. This time, they're being a little more liberal about it. They switched it around. Back then, nobody complained about it. Or if they did, you didn't hear a lot of word about it because there was no social media. Before I take off today, any questions? I don't want to do this, 2-hour shows, 3-hour shows again. I've been here for 1 hour and 25, so I'm a little bit over. So I'm actually going to end the show with that note there, fellas. You guys have a good evening. Try to get out of your houses. Get out there, at least go to a nightclub tonight and observe the game. You ain't got to jump at the game. Just observe. Try to see if you can see the real players in the room. Try to see if you can spot the PUAs. Watch how they come in as a little gang of geeks. And they'll elbow each other. High fives. High five. And they'll go run up on a chick. And watch them get shot down. Watch them skip around the floor, dancing around. And then they'll look at each other and laugh and try to do a different dance move. I've seen them. They actually do go out to clubs. And they do look like geeks. Peace out, fellas.